Hey everybody, welcome back. I am Mino. Thank you for joining. This is Stranded Alien Dawn. After all the razzmatazz we've had recently, I thought I could use a change of pace, and this is certainly that. I've heard this called RimWorld in 3D. I've not played RimWorld, so I couldn't verify that. But this is kind of a survivor builder meets The Sims meets some weird AI management thing. Kind of fun. Anyway, let's start a new game. As you can see, there's several options when you start a new scenario here. Um, I've played this a few times, gotten a few hours in, gotten a few achievements in, but when I was playing, it was a few months ago, and crash landing was the only available scenario. Now, since then, since the 1.0 launch, they have added Trading Post and Military Outpost. I haven't tried either of these, and kind of in a builder laid-back mood, so we're going with Trading Outpost and seeing what this is like. The region, you have the original Sobrius, which is kind of a Earth-like, got seasons, greenery, that sort of thing, and the very cleverly named Desertum, which is a desert world. That's kind of brown and boring, so we're just going to go with Sobrius. The moon, Concordia is the standard. These will mainly change these bug attacks. About every 7 to 10 days, these bugs just raid your camp. It's a random spawn, and it gets worse with time. And it's a pretty neat mechanic. It makes it kind of a tower defense thing. But I think I'm going to actually turn those off on this run, so this doesn't really matter. We'll just stick with the standard and just assume meh. Now, under the game rules, we're going to change a couple of things. First, I'm going to select Big Family. I'm not sure on Trading Outpost that's going to do anything. On Crash Landing, you would send out these expeditions, and it would change your chances of finding an additional survivor to bring into your camp. So, I think in this scenario, you can only hire people, so I don't know that this will change anything, but we're going to give it a shot. It might give us some free workers or something. Eternal Bliss sounds nice, but there's some weird AI stuff that I definitely want to show off to you guys, and I think this is going to kind of nerf that, so we're going to leave that alone this time. Peace First, I am going to turn on. In the crash landing scenario, those bug attacks, they're very fun to play with, and I'm sure in the military outpost scenario, it wouldn't make sense not to have that. But Peace First for the trading scenario seems to make sense, because why would you start a trading outpost in a place you're getting constantly attacked, especially for goods that aren't super rare? So, and yeah, we're not going to mess with those either. So just those two things. And now the seed. You can type in your own seed. These are kind of random gen. They give you different breakthroughs, different landing spots, all kinds of stuff. I'm going to go with Jibber Jabber, because by my view count, I bet nobody's got time for this. Now, I do pity the fool that doesn't like and subscribe. So, I mean, there's that to be said. Let's get going and see where we end up, huh? 6 survivors. We don't want the autos. Now, we have 6 survivors because I'm running a mod. Normally, you start with 3. I'm running a mod that doubles that and also doubles the initial supplies, like the rations and whatnot. Not super game-breaking, just kind of gives you a boost up front. Mainly because I don't want to have to do 50 videos to show you a single playthrough. I just want to speed things along and maybe in like 10 to 12 show you the same thing by getting us a kickstart right up front. Now, who to choose from all of these possibilities? I'll tell you who I'm going to pick. First up is going to be Hugo. I'm picking him because he can't fail taming attempts with animals, and I have not played this game since he's been added, or you could even tame animals. Never seen the tame animals thing. I'm going to do that. So him. Okay, I'm going to take Vivian. Not because she's super awesome, but it's that 4 times work speed with fabrics. Clothing wears out. It takes forever to make clothing. She is a killer at it. If you want to stay dressed, you need to take her. Okay, this Vicente guy, he's another new one. He was added in the Trading Outpost scenario, it looks like, and gives you bonuses to that. Well, since this is my first Trading Outpost run, it makes sense to take him too. Okay, so I'm also going to take Quinn. I want his construction skill. He's interested in intellectual stuff, so you can stick him on the research table and he'll be happy. And his only real negative is the indifference to combat, which without the bug attacks, I don't think is going to be a huge deal. So in you go, buddy. Okay, I'm going to take Katina. She's interested in farming, so she can back up Vicente and Hugo. But more importantly, she has 6 in healing. Now, I've noticed that on this map, every once in a while, you get this thing called a sleep parasite. It seems to be like 75% of the time that shows up. And these people just have to sleep all the time after that. If you don't have somebody with healing of 5 or more, you can't fix it. So I'm taking her just to negate that if it happens and have a backup farmer if it doesn't. Plus, she's semi-okay at cooking, so we can stick her on the stove, worst case. Okay, last but not least, I'm going to take Kana. We need a really strong crafter for weapons and just items in general, which, as you can see, crafting 6 for her. And she's interested in construction, so as that skill builds up, she can help out a lot. And again, the only real negative is no real combat, which in this run, I don't care. She also won't eat meat, which, fine. We'll be growing a lot of food. And that makes 6. Planet time. Okay, we will pause the clock. Don't want to get caught with our pants down. Let's see where we're at. Really, really pretty spot. Okay, let's hope there's no evil bug nests around. There are these really awful bug nests that monster bugs live at. You can get some cool materials from it, but I don't want any close to our house. We don't really have fighters, and I don't see any. We'll run across some soon enough, but it doesn't look like there's any right by us on this side. And no, you can see them pretty clearly. I don't see any over there either. Wow. Oh, see, there's one. Right over here. That's one of those awful awfuls I was talking about. So, yeah. We're a long way away. Yeah, there's another one right over there, it looks like. Yeah, we're alright. We are alright. We got ourselves a nice little home. Let's see what plants we start knowing. Non-edibles. Oh, of course. Smoke leaf and mushrooms. Both non-edibles, both narcotics. And our crew starts just with inherent knowledge of how to do that. So, good on them. Let's go for the trifecta here. Yep, peculiar bush. This is where we'll get wine. So, yeah, they can go after the booze. That's good stuff. What we need, though, really is food. Food and shelter and a place to stay. Yeah. Let's check out our farming here. Smoke leaf will show us 75% growth. This stuff is going to grow about like wheat or squash plants or anything else, so we can kind of check the soil quality. There's some 100 there. But what I'm looking for is the highest concentration of really good soil. Alright, having taken a quick look around, it looks like most of the really good soil are in these small little patches just right by the mountainsides, and then way out of the way, like way over in here. I don't want to mess with that over there, and I know that there's ways that you can use fertilizer, which, look at that, bighorn animals in the house, so we're going to use Hugo to his full capacity there and try to play with this animal taming thing. So the first thing we need to do here then is start getting all of these people assigned. We will go to manage their activities and schedules. Now this is a very deep management sim, so this is where it gets wonky. Right now they don't have a place to sleep. I think if I assign them to sleep and there's no place to sleep, they'll just keep going. We're going to hope that's the case. I'm not going to give them time to relax except for, it's like right there, and when they first get up right there. We'll let them do anything there, we'll let them do anything there, and the rest of that is work time. Hopefully this will do the trick. We can always tweak that later as needed. And for their activities, I mean, we all came for a reason, right? So let's turn off simple priorities so we can prioritize these and see what we come out with. We'll do these one at a time. First for Hugo. Okay, so for Hugo, he is disinterested in construction. He is disinterested in science. So if you make them do that, they'll get bored, they'll get unhappy. That becomes a real problem if they get too unhappy. It's kind of like The Sims. They have moods, and you got to look after them. So what I've done is I've set him on cooking as a last-ditch priority. Handle and deliver is just basically he's going to walk around and carry stuff and light torches and whatnot. But primarily he's going to be our planter and harvester, and when he's not doing that, he's going to be cutting down trees or mining or scavenging or doing the busy work. So that's for him. Now Kana, I believe I brought her for crafting. Let's see how she turns out. Okay, Vivian is all set up. She is here for tailoring. After that, I'm going to have her cook primarily. Then she can do crafting and assembling after that. Just put observe and handle on there just to give her something to do. Again, tweakable later. This will get them started. Okay, now that we've given everybody priorities, assignments, and a schedule, we've got to start getting materials, which we will need some wood. Let's go ahead and cut these down to get us started there. We are going to need some sticks, which I don't... Oh, I hate cutting those already. That's pretty. I want to leave the lake. Are there any other bushes we can cut nearby? Not super close. Oh, there's some over there. I'm going to do these. I could be regretting that long maneuver, but we're doing it anyway. Okay, we're going to start with those, and then we also need some grass, which I don't see any of that nearby. Uh-oh. Well, this looked like a really good spot there for a second. Oh, there we go. Alright. I was afraid that was going to be a problem. There's some blade grass. Yeah, let's cut this stuff down. Yeah, I've scanned around the map a bit, and I think there's several other plants that I want to study. Primarily, though, I need to get this because as the seasons tick by, right there, that goes away. And I don't want to wait another year for that. This I need because we have got to get that planted quick. Grain is going to be kind of a lifeline for us. And the bushes mainly because it looks like we're going to be just tearing through sticks, and there aren't many bushes around, so I need to plant those pretty fast. Ooh, you know, we also do need this. That is another food staple. Yeah, it's a lot of chores. We're gonna make do. Okay, we'll see how well these guys run on that. Let's build us a basic camp. Oh, they're gonna have to cut some hay and some sticks and some whatnot before we can even get that going. So, I know I'm gonna need some rock. There we go. I'm gonna need that for the fire pit. And I think we have everything marked that we're gonna need to get started. Yeah, we can scavenge that for metal, but we don't need that quite yet. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is just let her play. And everybody goes off on their chores. In that neato torpedo. Now, all of this is fine and dandy. However, see under social where there's nothing? These guys, as they work together and talk to each other and everything, they form opinions of each other. That becomes problematic if they don't like each other. So keeping them in a good mood to where they're not getting at each other's throats is important. Everybody's got favorites. See, not only does, like, Hugo here have a couple of traits that you have to look after. Veggie pizza is his favorite food. Petting animals is his favorite activity. Go on to Kana, she likes veggie stew. She likes decorations. So you have to look at these things, decide what these guys like to do, and, well, let them do their chores, but keep them happy at the same time. Anyway, so we're gonna buzz on through for a little while, let these guys do their thing, and when I have enough materials to start a camp up, I'll hop back in. See you in a few. So it looks like it took till about 1400 hours, 2 p.m., for them to catch up with things. There's still a few things going on over there, but we have enough to get started. So let's plan an initial campsite. It's going to be getting dark soon, and I think these guys are already going to be skipping one night of sleep as it is. Let's see. First, we need to set up some places for them to sleep here. That'll do. And do we have any fabrics? Did they send us with any fabrics? It doesn't look like we have any fabrics. So these guys will not be sleeping on beds. That is a bummer for them. Sleeping spot on the ground for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Need one more. So let's extend that out by 1 here. There we go. Another sleeping spot. That'll do. Now, they are also going to need a basic campfire. Let's put that right about here. These guys will get mad if they have to eat on foot. It's the weirdest mechanic, but eating on foot is one of the worst things you can do. So, table and chairs. Chair, wooden chair. There we go. Go ahead and make spots for 8. Let's be optimistic, right? We're going to get a couple more folks. We will also need probably some torches so they can see what they're doing. There we go. There. That's a nice little camp spot. Now, we are also going to need a little work area. Hey, I didn't want to do that. Cancel. Actually, that'll be an okay spot for it for now. Just go in the other direction. Yeah, let's, right there. That. Now over here, let's do one more. Nope, that needs to connect. Shelter sticks like that. This is going to be our production area. We're going to build our workbench. Let's build it against this wall. There we go. And we're going to build our research desk over against that wall. And then we're going to build our cook stove right dead in the middle. Awesome. Now we need storage shelves that we're going to run right about like that. And let's limit the items. What's really neat, all of these things, you can limit exactly what it can and cannot do. So we're only going to put cooked meals on that shelf. There we go. So only the cooked meals will go here. Everything else will have to go somewhere else. And speaking of somewhere else, more shelter time. Let's build that here. Okay. And actually, let's make this go through like that. Now in this spot, we're going to build storage shelves. Like that. There we go. And on these storage shelves, I'm not going to allow cooked meals. So everything else will go there. Let's copy those restrictions and we will paste them onto these. There we go. And finally, stockpiles. Now stockpiles, that's where we're gonna put only the construction materials. So let's turn everything else off and you can have those. There, just like that. Now the reason we did that and we built shelters around it, this game does take temperature, humidity, all that into account with food rot, item rot. Clothing will go bad if it's on the ground, all of it. You have to keep track of that. As you can see, it's 58 degrees right now outdoors. You can see right there in the upper left. As you move the mouse around, it will change the temperature. Right now it doesn't because we're only outdoors, but it will show you indoor around fires. It will change that temperature based on where you're pointing. Oh, see 59 somewhere. Yes, somewhere over there is a little bit warmer. See? So it's persnickety, and you got to watch out for all of that. So we're building roofs so none of our stuff goes bad, and hopefully they'll move all this stuff from outdoor to indoor so we can preserve it. Now they have things to do. We'll let them roll again. Okay, looks like they're getting up for the day. Day 2, they did not finish the chores. They should finish today. We're going to let this autopilot until they finish that. Oh, see that I'm not 4 plus 6. What? Oh, okay. I guess because they have money. Anyway, you see all those little pluses. That's what I was about to say. The minus for disturbed sleep, minus for slept outside, plus apparently because they had money. Watch this. Oh no, she didn't get the negative for eating on foot. Weird. Normally they get that. Anyway, those are their little moodles. And you'll see it, oh, see? Katina plus 6. That's what I mean. They're starting to form opinions of each other. But their mood, see, slept outside, has the negatives. These are all the positives. So, yeah, again, gotta keep them in a mood. That's their happiness meter. That's the wonkiest part of this game, and somehow the most interesting at the same time. So, it's fun to toy with that. Anyway, off they go doing their thing. We're going to let them finish up so that we can finish up our initial little base before we call it for the day. Okay, so it looks like we've got a thunderstorm coming in, which is bad news because we haven't researched lightning rods yet. And lightning is a major problem in this game. So, yeah, that's not going to be good. I don't think we're going to have time or materials to build a shelter over their eating area. So, yeah, good luck, everybody. We're going to have to wing this one. And the first thing we're going to get queued up when they get settled is some lightning rod research. So let's let them finish up. I think it's going to take them the rest of the day. We'll hop back in the morning and keep our fingers crossed nobody gets struck by lightning between now and then. Alright, see you in a few. So it is morning, and it looks like they are grabbing breakfast right now. Speaking of, we have 339 rations left. When that's gone, they starve, and starvation is a thing. Since there are growing seasons and it's already spring, we've got to get started. So, first things first, we need to draw out our farmland and go ahead and get that going. That is why we studied these two things, grain cob and buttermelon. There's not a lot of variety there, but the upshot is that it is food. So, is that going to be... Yeah, I don't want to cut into those bushes. We don't have to make huge farmland up front, but we're gonna make huge farmland up front. Actually, I want to build the house over here because I think I like this view with the lake. Having the house somewhere in here, that seems nice. So let's put the farmland here. There's already some grain cob, so let's harvest what we can harvest. There we go. And then we're gonna plant... Yeah, right here. There we go. And we're going to extend the field a little bit because, man, grain can be used just for everything. In fact, let's just double up. And buttermelon, let's just put one big old one right there. Now, the buttermelon, that stuff stretches. So we don't need any more than that big old field. Grain, though, let's do that. You end up using grain for beer, for antibiotics, for fuel, and for food. So, grain all day long. But I think with this, we can keep ourselves fed just indefinitely. And then now I want to fence that up because animals will come in to eat that. We'll extend the fences later, but for right now, let's just build us a basic wooden fence. Start about here. Yeah, it's a little tight, but Again, we'll be extending all this later. That'll do. Yeah, that'll be fine. And then we'll extend that out later. We will need ways in, though. Put a fence store right there. Let them in here. And that's all we're going to be needing right now. So that looks good. Do you have enough materials? Hey, you do. Not complaining. So we'll get them planning there. We will let them build that fence. And I think for here we will call it. I think this is a good spot to end the episode. Next episode, we will start building the basics of our house, expand our farm, and see if we can't get a few animals under our wing. So thanks for joining. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you guys on the next one. Talk to you soon.